All right, we are recording, and I want to welcome everyone to the webinar tonight. This is the second webinar, and tonight is when things should start getting good, I hope, for you. We're going to get a new domain name. We're going to set up a hosting account tonight, and we're going to install WordPress and get that going all right. So everyone can hear me okay, I think? And if you can't hear me, just type in no. Okay, good. Everyone can hear me, I'm sure of that. If not, turn up your volume. All right, so tonight what we're going to do is, in the last webinar, we talked about, some of those businesses to avoid. And today I want to jump right into developing our first local cash machine. And I'm going to try a little bit better tonight. Some people said I jumped around a little bit too much last time. 90% of the people seemed that they were happy with it, but a couple people did complain that I jumped around too much. So I will try not to do that. So we're gonna jump right into it, and hopefully, has everyone decided on at least one city in one type of business that you're gonna target? Excellent. I see a whole bunch of yeses. That's fantastic. Good. If you haven't decided on that, good. Some people have got more than one. I really like that. That's the best way to do it because, like I said, we're going to get 80% of these to the top of Google and get it sold off. But if we don't get that first one sold, that would be the worst, and you guys would probably give up. So it would be great if you're going to target a couple of different cities or different industries, whichever way you want to go at first. So, have people registered a domain yet? Okay, because I want to go through this as quickly as possible so we can get to the setting up of the site. All right, it looks like most everyone has got their domain set up, so that's really good too. All right, so you know what? I'm going to just skim through this. Robert asked, let's just ask this really quick. Robert asked if you can make more money flipping these sites in Flippa. You possibly could, Robert. That's an avenue that I haven't gone down, but I know that some other people do that, and it might be something that you want to try out. So what we do is, obviously we're going to use our location, whatever our city is, plus the main keyword. Okay, and a couple of examples you can see right here: Worcester Roofer, Worcester Roofing, Roofing in Worcester. I do try and avoid plurals, okay, because generally, if a roofer in Worcester decides he wants to, take me up on my site, but he doesn't want a website that said Worcester Roofers. So a lot of times business owners don't really like the idea of a plural, so I generally just avoid those. And, if you need some help coming up with domain names, you can go to DomainsBot, and there are plenty of other domain name suggestion tools. You can just use, just Google that domain suggestion tool. And I use GoDaddy. Some people do like Namecheap. Either way, I do recommend that you stay in both, either in GoDaddy or in Namecheap. Okay, so now the next thing that we need to do is we need to get and configure a hosting account. Okay, now let me ask: have people got their hosting accounts yet? Yeah, okay, so a lot of people got hosting accounts, a lot of people already got reseller accounts, so that's great. So we really don't have to spend too much time on there either, because I don't want to waste your time. And if the majority of the people on this call have already got their hosting account, I know that, the people that can't make this call can get this from the other recordings, so we're going to just go ahead and move on. One thing with domain names, I don't know if you guys want to write this down real quick. If you do use GoDaddy, a really good, this isn't my code either, but if when you're registering domain names, if you use CJC749DOM, you can get your domain names for like $7.50 per domain name, as opposed to, did everyone get that? You should see it in your chat box possibly. It says CJC749DOM. Use that for, yeah, 1-in-1 is good too. 1-in-1 is good. Yeah, that's a good price too. Ruben says at 1-in-1 he gets his domain names for only $4.99, so that is good. I just like HostGator. You know, I mean GoDaddy. I've used them for years and years and years and never have had a problem. Yeah, Carmen, think about it like this. You know, you can use that from now on if you want to. It's good all the time for any .com domain name. Oh, and let me write this one down too. Yup749. Okay, that one is good for like .nets. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go to HostGator. There are a few people that still haven't got their HostGator account or a hosting account. So I like using HostGator because of their customer service. All the people here can probably attest to that. If you ever have a problem, you can go right to HostGator, hop on a live chat room, and 9 times out of 10 they'll fix it for you on the spot. And I've never experienced service like that for anything that I've ever had before. Even if it's 2 a.m. in the morning, usually within 15 minutes they can take care of you. That's the main reason that I like HostGator. So if you do need to sign up, you can just go right to HostGator.com. You can use that that coupon code here, 1 cent, and you'll go ahead and get $9.99 off your first month. If you don't, I see a lot of people have said, you know, they didn't get a reseller account yet. I understand that. If you want to start small and you can get your first month of hosting if you just go with regular, it's called their baby plan. You can sign up for their baby plan. I don't recommend it once you start getting a bunch of different clients, though. I do recommend you get a reseller account. But all you have to do that is you just click on View Reseller Plans. You can start with the aluminum plan. Click on the Order Now button. And then you're going to already have had your domain name, so you're going to go ahead, enter it over here, and then you're going to continue on to step 2. Fill out the information, and then they're going to go ahead and send you the information about your hosting account. And I already did this. I just went and did this today. And what I did was I went and registered Worcester Car Repair, and I got my hosting at HostGator. Does everyone know how? If anyone doesn't know, Alex brings up a good question. He asked why reseller accounts and not just a regular account. Because with a reseller account, you can create individual accounts from that reseller account. Like with other HostGator plans, they let you have unlimited add-on domains and subdomains, but they're not separate accounts. When you have a reseller account, you can go ahead and create multiple accounts. That's the main reason. Yeah, I'm sorry. Those 2 codes that I had just put in, those are for registering a domain name. Okay, and this is the code. It's just 1 cent. 1 cent is for HostGator. I'm sorry about that. Okay, and you would go ahead and right back on this page right here. See, they load in this coupon code here, summer or spring or fall or whatever it is. But if you type in 1 cent and you go on to the next step, especially with this baby plan, you can see, or I got the aluminum plan, the reseller plan. you see your first month is only going to be $15.01 as opposed to $24.95. So you can save a little bit of money that way. Yeah, 1 cent. Yeah, okay, that's a good question. Dwight, you would collect the money on reseller accounts from your customers. Like when we create our PayPal subscription button, we're going to be collecting that money directly from the client. And with HostGator, you just have this $24.95 a month payment, and that lets you host multiple. Like you can have a good couple dozen at least client accounts on one hosting account. Definitely a couple dozen easily. Yeah, I will explain how to do that, Carmen. How to create multiple domains within a reseller account. Yeah, I'll show you how to do that. If you want, does anyone else need to know that? That's a good question, and I realize it's not so cut and dry. Does anyone need help in how to create a reseller account, or how to create individual accounts from inside of a reseller account? Oh, okay. Yeah, so a lot of people want to see that. Yep. John, I am going to show that. Yeah, I will show that. Okay, so let me back up a bit. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Bob puts out a good message too. You can also, like, I'm going to show you now. I'll show you how to do this, but you can all either call up HostGator or just go through their chat, and they'll do it for you practically. But yeah, I will go ahead and show you how to do that. So, okay, so you got your account with HostGator, okay? You got your account with HostGator, and they sent you a login password along with an address and a username, right? Everyone knows that, right? Okay, and let me just switch off this screen for a second so I can actually go in there. All right, yeah. Just if you could just hold on just 1 second. I just want to log into these accounts so that, because a couple people, let me just tell you what I'm going to get. A couple people have asked about how to change name servers over to your hosting, okay? And then also how to create individual accounts from within your hosting. So just give me a couple of seconds to set this up because I need to log into my account without showing everyone my login account information. Okay, so just give me a couple seconds to get that taken care of. And while I'm doing that, if you do need help with this, why don't you get your information in front of you, because we can do this in real time. You're going to need to log into your hosting, or you're going to need to log into GoDaddy or wherever you registered your domain name so that you can set your name servers to your hosting. Okay, so if you get your name servers handy, which HostGator or whatever hosting company you have, they would have given you your name servers. We're going to need those name servers to go inside and change them at GoDaddy or wherever we registered our domain name. Okay, so just give me like 1 minute and we'll get in there. Just bear with me for 1 second. Yeah, right. You can just keep replaying this as long as you need to, for sure. Okay. So what I've got is I've just copied. What I've done is I got my notice that I got from, here we go, like from HostGator. They went and they sent me my name servers, okay? And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to just copy those, okay? And I'm going to go into my GoDaddy account. I'm going to go into my GoDaddy account. And as soon as, it's just taking a couple seconds tonight, okay, I'm logged in. And what I'm going to do, now what we're doing right here, just so we're all on the same page, is we are going to configure, okay, we need to set our name servers for our hosting account over at GoDaddy, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and over here on the left, you see where it says domains? And then all the way down on the bottom, you can see domain management. What you want to do is you just want to click on that. Okay, and what that's going to do is that's going to go ahead and bring up a whole list of all your domain names. And if you just registered one domain name, you're going to see something like this. All you have to do is you just click on that domain name, okay? And you'll scroll down, you'll see it's peeking out at the top over here. See over on the left-hand side, it says name servers, okay? What you want to do is you want to click on that button that says Set Name Servers, and a little pop-up window is going to pop up. And you want to make sure that you check this bottom radio box here where it says I have specific name servers for my domains. What you want to do is you want to just paste in the name servers that you were just given. It's going to be 2 sequential numbers. The second is going to be 1 number higher than the first. You're going to enter that in there, and you're going to just go ahead and click OK. All right, and then another window. It's going to say it takes 2 to 48 hours, but I'll tell you, if you use HostGator combined with GoDaddy, it's usually done within an hour without any problem. And just go ahead, click OK again. Okay, and this is a point where you should go wait an hour. Wait an hour or so, and then what you want to do, okay, is you're going to be given. You're going to need to log in to your HostGator or your reseller account. Okay. We're going to pretend that an hour has changed so that our name servers could come over. All right. And we're going to go ahead and log in. I'm going to go ahead and log inside of my reseller account. Okay. We log into our reseller account. All right. And if this is the first, all right, let me pay close attention if, for those of you, yeah, Namecheap and HostGator are fast too, right? Usually those high, the top tier hosting to top tier domain registration are usually really quick. Okay, so if you've never logged into your web host manager before, this is what it's going to look like. It's big and it can look scary looking, but don't worry about it. The very first, like this would be, you can see I don't really even have a website hooked to this. I'm just in my web host manager for my reseller account, okay? And the very first thing that you need to do is over here on the left, okay? If you scroll down, the very first thing that you need to do is there are no packages set up in here. What you need to do is you need to go over here to add package. okay? And we're going to call this package local, all right? And you're going to have to set quotas here, okay? What I like to do, okay, what I like to do is I like to set each site at 2,000 megabytes, so that's 2 gigabytes, okay, in 2,000, no, I'm sorry. $200 megabyte, and then 2,000 on bandwidth. Okay, most local businesses don't need much more than that. Everything else, okay, I don't want them having any add-on domains. I don't want them doing any park domains, no subdomains, or the subdomains can be unlimited, but I don't want any park domains or add-on domains here. All right, everything else I leave the same, and I just go ahead and click add. So what we've basically done, okay, is we've created a package so that every time that we go to create a new account, meaning we're going to set up a new account here for Worcester Roofer, okay, we're going to have to assign a package to that. Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah, okay, good. So now that we've got our package, our local package, all right, and if anything doesn't make sense, HostGator's support, like we said earlier, is fantastic. It's second to none. You could just get on their live chat and say, I'm trying to create a package. I'm not sure how to do it. Could you create a package for me? And they do it in 5 minutes. You can have a lot of different packages. Gerald asked, how many packages can you have in your account? You can have several different packages if you want. Like I have several different packages, but you really don't need a lot of them because most of the local businesses, they're not going to be getting a ton of traffic. So like 200 megabytes and 2 gigabytes of data transfer per month is generally enough. No, Beatrice, no, you don't need to create, you only have to create these packages once. From here on out, what you're going to be creating are accounts. And the way that we do that is you can see over here on the left, it says create a new account. What you're going to do is you're going to click on that. Okay. And now what we're going to do is I'm creating an account for Worcester Car Repair. Okay. So I go ahead and I paste in Worcester Car Repair. It's going to give me okay, what I like to do for my passwords, I usually will use the password generator. It gives you a very, very strong password. You do need to make sure that you copy it down. Okay, what you can do is just say, I have copied this password in a safe place, and then say use password. You don't have to copy it right now because on the next page it's going to actually spit out the data. So you click on use password. Okay, for email address, just go ahead, type in your best email address. Okay, and then from here, choose package. We're going to go ahead and choose that package that we just created. See it right there? ProProd Local. Don't need to select options manually. Don't need to do anything else. Right here, see this right here? It's just reconfirming with me those name servers. Those were the name servers that I just entered in. And then what you do is you just go ahead and click on that create button. All right. Usually will take about 30 seconds or so. And what you're going to get is you're going to get a page that's going to go ahead and look something like this. Okay, where it's going to have everything all laid out for you. right there. Okay? And once you've done that, you want to copy that, save that in a place. I'll usually go ahead and name them hosting info, or Worcester Roofer hosting info, or Worcester Car Repair hosting info. Whatever you personally use as your own organizational system on your computer. You do want to keep things organized. Okay, so you're going to copy that down, and we've now created our hosting account. So we have gone to GoDaddy, and we've set our name servers over to our hosting account. We've gone ahead and created these packages, and now we've created a new account, Worcester Car Repair, for this site that we're going to set up right now. Like I said, you only have to create those packages once. But for every new domain, you're going to create a new account from within your web host manager. And this is only for you people who have got the reseller accounts. Okay? I want to stop right here for a second and make sure that everyone understands what we're doing. Yeah, Gerald, you meant this right here, Worcester Car Repair? Yeah, for each new domain, you're going to set up a new account. Yes. No, Chris. Each new client does not get a separate package. Each new client would have their own hosting account, though, which is what we're creating right here. When we create this, we've created a brand new separate hosting account, and that's this information here. We would click on that submit button, and it would give you a page that looked like this. So every client, every website you create, you're going to create a new hosting account from within your web host manager. Yeah, no, yes, Gerald, I do give the hosting information to the client and WordPress information. Yeah, I'll give that to them. Because a lot of times they'll want to log in and see their stats. Yeah, for sure, Beatrice. I'm gonna record this just like the other night, and this will all be yours to watch over and over again. Pretty good value for $10, right? Okay. So, does everyone understand how to hook our hosting or hook our domain name? We need to set our name servers at GoDaddy. That was where we registered our domain name. We need to set our name servers there to our hosting account. Okay? We get our hosting account, our name server information, when we signed up for our hosting, or if you forget it, you can just log into your web host manager and you'll see it down here whenever you go to create a new account. You'll see it before you set up the account. Ah, thank you. You make me feel so good. How many domains do I usually host on my account? You can have a lot. In this particular reseller hosting account, I have over 100 accounts in here right now. So you can have a lot of different accounts. When you're doing local, though, you shouldn't have 100 in one account because you only have so many IP addresses. I recommend you say 36 or so. 36 before you would want to get another hosting account from HostGator. Or you could just expand the package so it's bigger and you'll get more IP addresses. Yeah, okay, good. You switched from a business account to reseller. That's good. You get a lot more value as a reseller. The only drawback to it is, you got to keep track of your clients. That's the only drawback, but it shouldn't be a problem. Yes, you will have a separate cPanel, meaning a separate account for each domain. Charlie, though, you don't have to if you don't want to. Like I said, if you're going to be using a reseller account, you are. Charlie asked, must we have a separate cPanel for every domain? And yeah, you do if you're using a reseller account. Although you can actually go into the reseller cPanel, but a lot of times you'll have to have the account login information anyway. So yeah, when you're having a reseller account, you're going to have one cPanel for each domain. Can you switch? Yeah, you certainly can. If you already have another account with HostGator, they'll let you bump up to a reseller account for sure. Yeah, you just go right to their chat and they'll tell you how to do it. Okay, so everyone understands this. Good. Hold on just one sec. There's already 150 questions in here, so let me just clear out what we've already answered. Give me 1 second. And if you have any questions pertaining to this hosting and the domain names, just go ahead and ask those questions now. Excellent. Okay, for you. Hey Ruben, I'm not sure exactly what you mean by using the domain for your main offline services in .NET for the hosting site. I'm not sure by what you're saying when you're saying you're not offering hosting yet. Because technically, whenever we're building a site, we are offering hosting. You know, when a client gets a site from us, it's already got the hosting, so we are providing hosting. I'm not 100% sure what you mean. Yeah, Charlie, that's excellent. That's a good point. Another good reason to have a reseller account is because if you're gonna outsource this, right, you're the one that can log into your web host manager over here, and you can create basically this right here with a new hosting account, and then you can send this over to your outsourcer, and they'll just have access to this. They won't have access to your whole business basically. So you don't have to give an outsourcer access to your web host account. Yeah, or your reseller account rather. That's a very good point. John, I'm not sure what you mean. Can you set up a different name server for other accounts while still keep the first DNS account? No, well, a domain name server can only point to one hosting account. Yeah, for mail routing, that's a good question, Carmen. Mail routing, I just leave it as it is. You can also do the automatically detect, but I just leave the local mail exchanger just right as it is. Yeah, I just go right through. On this, I leave all the default settings as they are. Yeah. You can see I'm running out of space on this one. Okay. The name server is going to be the same for each of your accounts. I'm not sure what you mean. Like, my web host manager has the same two name servers for every single new account that I set up in it. Okay, so your name servers for your hosting are always going to be the same, and each domain name you need to set to your hosting's name servers. Is anyone not clear on that? Yeah, if you're going to be using, like, if you're going to be using a regular hosting account, all you would do, okay, if you're not going to be using a reseller account, some people are asking about, like, in their baby accounts and stuff. All you need to do inside of your hosting, inside of that baby account, is just create a new add-on domain. And I can show you that in just a second. That's really easy to do. Yes, Beatrice. Each client will get their information for their domain name, yes. In the email, you can set up the email a couple of different ways. We'll wait. Within 10 minutes, we'll get to that once we're inside of the actual hosting account for this Worcester roofer. Because right now, we're just in... We don't do anything with mail from inside of Worcester, from inside of our reseller account. We'll handle the mail over here once we get inside this account. No, yeah, no, you don't have, Charlie, you don't have to just have 36 domains in there. Like, what you can do is you can also upgrade, just upgrade, like this aluminum plan, the web hosting, or the reseller account at HostGator. I'm on their lowest plan here. You can also just upgrade it. Right. Oh, I got you, Ruben. Send me that email, okay? Just send your message in an email to me, and I'll get back to you on that. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with offering a .com for like your services and have the .net be your hosting setup. Like if you were going to offer hosting down the road, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, John, the way that we do that, okay, John asks, how do we keep an outsourcer from having access to our other domains and customers? The way that you do that, John, is you're the one that's going to go into the web host manager and create each individual account, okay? And then you can give your outsourcer this right here where it just has that domain you just set up, which is going to be like that client site. Yeah. A couple other people had that question too. Bob, I'm not sure what you're saying, but each domain name is a separate account and requires a distinct password and login. Yeah, of course it does. I'm not sure what you mean. Just send me an email, or at the end, stick around to the end, and we'll get you sorted out. Well, no, that's another good question. Someone asked if you give client, like, if you give your client, okay, access to this. No, yes, they could change their password, but they can't lock you out because inside of your web host manager, right, when you go list accounts, okay, you can pull up all your accounts and just go ahead and change the password. So don't worry about that at all. Let's get back to this mind map and let's see where we're at. Good, we're getting all these questions out of the way. Yes, we are. No, we are gonna. I'm sorry, Kay. You're right. I have spent too much time on this. We are gonna set up the WordPress site. Okay. So hopefully everyone is all set with this hosting. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and set up our site. Okay, like I said, most of my sites are old style HTML, and I'm switching over to WordPress. Like I said, for me it was a challenge to learn WordPress because I already knew HTML and wasn't real familiar with the WordPress platform. But WordPress is so much better in HTML on so many different levels. Most of them being like search engine optimization. You can optimize the heck out of a WordPress blog or a WordPress site, and there's lots of different tools and plugins that you can get for free that help you to do it. Anyone who had questions about domains or hosting, just stick around to the end or email me your question. I think we covered pretty much everything. Okay, that's a good question though. We own the domain name. We always own the domain name. The client does not get the domain name. If the client decides to cancel, no big deal. We'll find another client, get another $197 setup, and their competitors will be getting their traffic. Okay. When building our sites, we want to adhere to basic SEO best practices. That's H1, meaning a header tag. Alt image tags, which I'm going to show you how to do inside of WordPress. Titles, keywords, and descriptions. Do some basic on-page SEO. What I mean by on-page SEO, this is really simple. On each page, bold your main keyword a couple of times. Don't go crazy with it. Don't bold it every time, but bold your main keyword a couple of times. That little bit will actually give you a nice little boost. And for local, that's all that we need. Like I said, we're going to be using this new WordPress theme that I've been playing around with. It's pretty good looking. If you didn't see it at the beginning, this is what it looks like. Okay, the front has got a nice big slider. This slider area is great for advertisements, both for the business. It's really easy to take like any coupons that they have or any specials that they have, throw these up on a slider, and it's also good for us trying to sell the site, okay? Because we're not interfering with the search engine optimization of this site while we're trying to market the site. Like Google really doesn't see that we're trying to sell this site. All they're seeing is, hey, this looks like a car repair site in Bridgeport, Connecticut. That's why I like having a slider on the front page. We're going to be using this theme tonight. So we're going to go ahead and first thing that we need to do is we need to install WordPress. Okay? Alright, who's confused? No, Robert, we haven't even got to that, so don't be confused yet because we haven't got to that. Okay, Robert? Okay, so what we want to do now is we need to go ahead and log in to that new account that we just created, right? We all just created a new account. I'm sure some of you actually have sent me the addresses, so you were able to create a new account right now. But what we're going to do is we're going to log into our new account. And it's always going to be, to log into our account, it's going to be your domain name and then / cPanel. Okay? You'll have gotten that. You'll get that information. Or actually, no, you won't if you're using, I'm sorry, if you're using a reseller account. To log into your account, what you need to go to is your domain name / yourdomainname.com or .net, then / cPanel. Okay? And we're going to log in, and it'll ask for our username and password. We're going to log in. This now is inside of our cPanel account. Okay? If you've never been inside of a cPanel account, all you need to do is, well, if you've never been inside of a cPanel account, you could go ahead and they have lots of video tutorials. Okay, you could watch some of their video tutorials. If you ever get stuck, they have lots of different video tutorials. They have getting started wizards. They have all that. But for right now, all that we need to worry about is we need to go ahead and scroll down to this bottom of the page. Okay. And you see this right here? It says Fantastico Deluxe. We just want to go ahead and click on that. Okay? And over here on the left, you see it says WordPress. And we're going to click on WordPress. Right? Right here where it says New Installation, we're going to click on New Installation. And what we want to do here is we can go ahead and let's go ahead and for the administrator username, I want you to go ahead and use your keyword. So if you're, Boston Massage Parlors, type in Boston Massage Parlors. Don't ever use just admin because there's all kinds of bots out there that try and sneak into WordPress sites. And if you use admin for your administrator username, which is usually what everything defaults to, you're possibly going to get hacked. So just use your keywords here. So Worcester, or I'm going to just go ahead and write car repair. Okay. Go ahead, type in a password. Right here, okay, what I want you to do is type in your keywords. Worcester car repair, okay? Or whatever your keywords are, obviously. Whatever your domain name is, that's what you want your site name to be. And then here we're going to just type in car repair in Worcester, okay? Very easy. We're going to go ahead and click on Install WordPress. And then, oh yeah, I already created it. So I'm going to just do something that you shouldn't do. I'm going to just put this in a different folder for right now. But install in directory, when you're doing this, this is always going to be blank because you're always going to be setting it up into the main domain. We're going to install WordPress. Don't put anything there for an admin nickname. Or if you want, you could here also put in the keyword. Don't put your name here though, and don't use your name as an administrator username, especially the administrator username, because this can never be changed. You can change the passwords, you can change the email account set up with it, but you can't change that. So don't do that. And then we're going to go ahead, click on Install WordPress. It's going to ask you to confirm everything, and we're going to go ahead and say Finish Installation. Okay. So, you want to copy this right here, and then you're going to just go ahead and put that in that same text file where you have your hosting information. Okay? Everyone with me so far? We've just installed WordPress. What I'm doing right here, I just don't want anyone to be able to hack in, so I just went and deleted that installation. So I already have it set up. You can see when we go to Worcester car repair right now, you can see we've got our site set up. Obviously this would be pretty boring, and I couldn't see any any business wanting to buy this right now. Wouldn't you agree? Excellent. Yeah, it is really fast and easy. WordPress is super easy to use because now that we have WordPress set up, we can do all kinds of fun stuff with it. Okay? So I have to stop this recording because I can't go more than an hour or else it's gonna fault out, it's gonna die on me. So why don't you guys take a 4-minute break, okay? If you were following along and you actually set up your domain, I know a couple of people set up their domain names while we were doing this. Go ahead, get your WordPress set up. If you have any questions about only what we've covered so far, go ahead and ask those. Any hosting questions, you can ask those too, but I think we pretty much... Do you, Roy? Roy says it's easy. Yeah, Roy, you know, there are some free sites that can, you know, this is a free theme. And you could put in, like my father built a website for a friend of his daughter had, here's her story, but this is a website that my dad made for a friend of his daughter's, friends of theirs daughter who has a book, and that he used this theme. He likes the theme too. But this is that stock theme, so you can make it look good, you're right. But let me stop this in recording and just give me like 3 minutes. Like I said, I hope everyone's with me. Things are about to get really fun right now, I promise.